Density is a measure of how much mass is packed into a given volume. It tells us if an object will float or if it will sink. Imagine a brick and a sponge. Although they both have the same volume, they have different masses. That's because they have different densities. The formula for density is relatively simple. It's just mass over volume. We write that as the Greek letter rho equals little m over big V. That's where rho is a symbol for density, little m is a symbol for mass in kilograms, and big V is a symbol for volume in meters cubed. Because it's mass divided by volume, the units for density are kilograms for mass per metre cubed for volume. Please be careful with your units. You only get kilograms per metre cubed out if you put kilograms and metres cubed in. If you put grams in and you put centimetres cubed in, you get density in grams per centimetre cubed. We'll look at how we can measure density in a minute, but first let's look at an example. What is the mass of a bath full of water if the water has a volume of 0.3 metres cubed and a density of 1,000 kilograms per metre cubed? Well, we start with the equation, rho equals little m over big V. We then substitute the numbers in. 1,000 equals little m over 0.3. We don't know what the mass is, so we leave it as little m. We now need to move the 0.3 over to get the m on its own. So we get 1,000 times 0.3 equals little m. And that equals 300 kilograms. Before we look at how to measure density, can I point you in the direction of my website? On there you'll find lots of free resources, including questions and worked answers to go along with this and every other video that I make. I also offer one-to-one lessons with GCSE and A-level physics students on a topic of your choice. On my website you'll also find small online classes for up to 6 students, and a place in one of those is very affordable. Of course, I'd like as many of my resources as possible to remain free, but to do that I need your support. So if you could just take a moment to like, subscribe and comment on the video, that would be really helpful. Back to density then. To measure density we need 2 things. We need the mass and the volume. Finding the mass is relatively simple. We just use a balance. And please do, in your exam, make sure you use the term balance, electronic balance or top pan balance, and don't use the term scales. It means something slightly different. There are 2 methods for finding the volume that we need to look at. Which method you choose depends upon the type of shape you have. A regular shaped object is one with equal sides and angles. It's relatively simple to calculate their volume. Most objects, however, are irregular, and that's a bit more tricky. It's a bit harder to find their volume. For regular shaped objects we use a ruler to measure their dimensions. I've got a tape measure here and I've actually got a brick, and I'm going to measure the dimensions of this brick using my tape measure. And when I do, I find it's 23 centimetres long, it's 11 centimetres wide, and it's 7.5 centimetres deep. Ow, no, I just bashed my table. To get the volume in metres cubed, first of all I have to convert the centimetres to metres. I then multiply the 3 dimensions together and I've got the volume in metres cubed. In this case that would be 0.23 times 0.11 times 0.075, which equals 0.0019 metres cubed, which incidentally is the same as doing it in centimetres, where I'd do 23 times 11 times 7.5, and I'd get 1900 centimetres cubed. So 1900 centimetres cubed is the same as 0.0019 metres cubed. To measure the volume of an irregular shaped object, like this chess piece, we use water displacement. Now if we're lucky, it could be as simple as maybe this chess piece dropping it in to a measuring cylinder with water in. And how far the water goes up in the measuring cylinder is the same. The water displaced is the same as the volume of the chess piece. Note though, you must use the proper apparatus. A measuring cylinder is the best thing for measuring the volume of a liquid, not a beaker. A measuring cylinder is tall and narrow so it can be more precise. In a lot of cases, trying to drop an object into a measuring cylinder is not ideal. You may damage the measuring cylinder or the object just may not fit in. So the proper way of doing it is to use a displacement can. A displacement can is sometimes called a eureka can, but displacement can is more scientific. So we fill the displacement can up to the spout, so any more water added would cause it to overflow. We now lower the irregular shaped object into the displacement can, being very careful not to splash any water. Maybe suspending on a thin piece of thread or something like that as you lower it in is the best way of doing it. The water that's displaced through the spout of the displacement can is caught in a beaker. Remember though that the beaker is not the right tool for measuring volume with, so we then have to take the water that's in the beaker and pour it into a measuring cylinder to measure its volume. That volume is the same as the volume of your irregular shaped object. Now we know how to measure the mass and the volume, we can just stick those values into the equation and calculate the density. Hope you found this useful, and maybe you can now watch this.